Welcome back to American Ground Radio's 4th of July special, What Makes America Great? I'm Stephen Parr with Louis R. Avalone. We are really excited about this year's show and got some great guests coming up. But we're going to get started today talking with the American Mamas. Now, for those of you who don't necessarily hear American Ground Radio, because we do broadcast every night in stations across the country, but this 4th of July special is on some stations that aren't on our regular network.
Absolutely. And we're so glad to be talking with you today.
Absolutely.
And happy 4th of July.
And one of the things we have on our show, we've got the American Mamas, Teri Netterville and Denise Arthur.
They're mamas.
That's right. And that's where they start off. They just want to be mamas. They want to talk about mama stuff. And over the years, because we've now been doing the show for this is our 5th year doing this show, the American Mamas have realized that in order to be strong mamas, they've had to stand up for American values for their kids.
Well, and I think that was one of the reasons that we invited the American Mamas to be part of our show, is because women represent over half the country.
Right.
But yet
they live longer than men, so there's more of them.
But at the same time, they don't tend to listen to talk radio as much.
That's true. That's true. It does skew more towards the male audience.
And I don't think this is misogynist to say, but many women, they don't like to offend. And when you start talking about politics...
I don't think that's misogynist towards women. I mean, men apparently, by interpretation, do like to offend. At least some men do.
But I'm just saying that that's one of the, I guess, areas that we wanted to address with this show, is that we know there are lots of women out there that are very politically active, that have opinions on politics.
Right.
And the American Mamas certainly have absolutely no hesitation in sharing exactly what they believe. And, Martin Luther King said, our lives begin to end the day we remain silent about the things that matter.
And I think they become inspirational for a lot of folks because they realize that. And they have started standing up and talking about the things that do matter, the things that matter to them, the things that matter to their kids, the things that matter to their friends and to their parents, their families.
But from a mama's perspective,
right?
Which I think is very different in some ways.
Oh, I know my wife looks at the world very differently than I do.
Okay, watch it there.
And I need that.
There.
That's a good thing. I need that. That makes me stronger to understand what she's thinking.
You're going to end up being barbecued today.
Nah, I wouldn't. I don't think so. I hope not. Anyway, let's get started. We're going to talk to the American Mamas, Teri Netterville, Denise Arthur. America. And joining us now are American Mamas, Teri Netterville and Denise Arthur. You hear them every weeknight right here on American Ground Radio. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. This is my favorite.
I love how y'all did that in harmony.
I know. That's pretty good, D.
It's almost like y'all been working together for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, now, Teri, I know 4th of July is
huge.
It's like bigger than Christmas in your family. Tell the folks a little bit about what y'all do.
Well, we have all of our family, anybody really. I mean, whoever's out there and can hear us, you're welcome.
It's a circus with no animals.
That's
well,
right.
There are a few animals.
Yeah,
just the
yeah,
dogs.
we are. But it is a time that we all come together. I have the American flag strewn on every single tree in my front yard. We have the big blow up slides for the kids. When my husband and brothers-in-law, they always grill the hamburgers, and everybody comes together and we just celebrate being Americans in this great country.
They make a big
love.
circle.
Oh yeah, we have our
prayer
before we eat. We all get in this big circle in the front, and we're
just give them a number, Teri, about your average.
Usually
attendance.
it's about 75 or 100, and it's our family members that come from all over.
Wow.
They'll fly in. They'll
75
drive in.
to 100 people.
Yes,
they'll have campers.
And you know
there
why?
are people sleeping. It's like,
and it's not just because they love America, but it is because usually people have Christmas they have to have with this family, and they have Thanksgiving. Well, we have 4th of July. And so everybody's able to come, and we do it on the day, no matter what day it lands on. But we are a very patriotic family. We love our country. I still get emotional. Denise, I know you do too. When we're at a ball game and they start playing that, and my hand is over my heart, and I start thinking about the words to that song, I get emotional every time. I can almost not finish the song because I try to sing it.
I know, it just
but
locks your throat up, and then like my eyes start sprinkling.
It does.
It's always been like that since I was young.
What do y'all do? But besides when I have you come over for a little bit, what do y'all
Well,
do?
you know, like because last year, let's see, I usually have a girls trip at the beach, but I'm not doing that this year because this year, Marty and I got a project we're working on, and we got some friends that are coming in. They're going to help us, but it's just. For me, just the word independence or Independence Day, I think about it a lot, but I really think about it a lot over the last few years because, just the fact that you and I are even talking on air on a radio, and we're just like two moms, two working gals, two whatever. Yes. But the fact that we can have an opinion
right.
and we can say it out loud
and
express ourselves.
We have the right to have our own opinions.
We have the right to have our own opinions.
And you know what I love? I love because people know how much we love this country and we get to talk about this sort of thing every night. I love the way that people respond to us, whether we see them out in public or whether it's on our Facebook page. There are so many others like us who love the country. They love the freedom. And we actually, even if we don't agree with you, we respect so fully your rights to your own opinions, your own ideas, your own thoughts. And if it's done out of love, if you are able to, if Lord help us get to this point, because I know right now things are hard this year, but if everybody can come to this place where they can communicate and have a dialogue that is healthy and good and full of love, I am telling you, there's nothing we cannot do in this country. And I feel like that God has really lifted all of us. I know I've said this before. I feel like that something's bubbling up, and this 4th of July feels extra special to me because these last few months have been hard.
Right.
I have this feeling that right now something is happening, something is transpiring, and I think that we're all kind of in this phase of let's rise up.
Well, I hope.
Move together in love.
I hope you're right.
Move forward in light.
But doesn't it? It does worry me a little because, all this is so, the flag is included in everything, just like at your home and just like my home. And we've talked about, Stephen and them did an interview with some local people here in town that, because they had an American flag and a Trump flag. I hope people aren't going to get to the point where they're too afraid to fly their American flag. But, this is going to sound crazy to you, but I was making Father's Day for Marty, some of his favorite things, and he loves this homemade macaroni and cheese, and it's a lot of trouble. I'm not going to lie to you, but it struck me. It was so weird to me because I had to divide the eggs, I had to separate the yolks, and then I had to divide the flour, and then I had to divide this, and I had to divide that, and then I thought to myself, that's what our country is going through right now. We've got separation. We've got division. But my point in telling you that, because I have these weird moments.
I know what you're
And
going
when
to
I
say.
was doing that, and then when I got done and I was pulling it out of the oven and it struck me so hard, I thought to myself, just a while ago, everything that made this one dish so delicious was all separated and all divided. And things don't work like that. Nothing will ever be good if it stays divided and it stays separated. But when it comes together, it makes the best dish.
What a beautiful
ever.
Analogy.
Yeah, I was just thinking about
Denise,
that.
yes,
So right now, we're
yes.
all in the kitchen. We might all be spread out in different bowls and different
But if
sections.
we come
But when we
together-
come together, we're going to be the best three-cheese
Yes.
macaroni and cheese you ever had.
Yes, I love this.
That's true.
I'm not sure I've ever heard macaroni and cheese put in a
I'll
more
never
patriotic
I will never
way.
think about that the same again.
Well,
That is
it
a
was
beautiful
weird.
Analogy.
I was just,
Yeah.
I literally just, for some reason, I just stopped and I was looking because I had everything in little
Yes.
dishes, so I got it right. And then for some reason, I felt heavy for a second, and then I felt light for a second because I thought, you know what? I'm fixing to put all this together, and when it's over and we're finished, and I pull it out of the oven,
Yes,
it's going to
gonna
be good,
perfect.
and it's going to make a lot of
Yes.
people in this house happy. And that's the same way with us as Americans and as citizens. And until we figure that out, that the divide and the separation, it never works. But when you pull it together, man, there is
How
nothing better.
delicious and sweet it is.
Woo,
I
I'm
love
ready.
that,
People,
Dee.
we got to get together now.
And have some macaroni and cheese.
I'll make the macaroni.
I'm now
and cheese.
hungry for that.
I know.
I love that.
That's such a beautiful analogy.
And no one else would. No one else. We've been doing this show.
But actually, I
for
knew when
years.
she started the story, I thought I know
know where she's going.
exactly where she's going with
But
this.
there
I
is-
how my
like
brain
it.
works.
There's
Yes.
no one else in America that would do that, and that is why we are so proud to have the American Mamas on
Aw,
American Ground
thank
Radio
you.
every night.
We're proud to be here.
Teri Netterville, Denise Arthur, happy 4th of July,
Happy
my
4th of
friends.
July.
4th of
We
July
love
to
you
you.
guys.